Hi everyone. Remember a few days ago we did some video about the replica of the Vietnam Memorial Wall, and it passed near the center, and I showed some video, and they brought it to the middle school. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to show you around about that wall. It's a replica, it's not the actual size. I think it's like 1/4 of the size, but if you penny look in the background over there, and you can see the wall, the names, how it started all the way down here. And this is the replica, the baby one. Can you imagine the actual one? So we're gonna go walk around and take a look at some name. It's the war that Vietnam, it hurt a lot of people, a lot of families, and my time when I came into this country back in the early 70s. I went to school in Michigan, and a lot of friends of mine from school, they went to the military, and we lost them over there. So always the Vietnam vet has a special place in my heart, and we're not gonna forget John Peterson, the one in the center. He lost his life in a helicopter back then, and just serving our country. So let's walk this way and show. Look at this here. This is the helicopter, the one they used to rescue or go pick up some injured. And just to give you an idea how the people sit in there, and you can come closer. Here's the pilot sitting in the front, and that's it. This is the way they used to sit and go rescue people, believe it or not. Okay.
I get afraid. He jumps around like a crazy man.
No comment, just look at it. This is the way they used to do it. You don't know who's the enemy, you don't know who's not the enemy. They throw you in the land, you don't know where you're going. We don't have the technology like today, but they survive. They are the real hero. Let's take a look. Hey, you don't have to say anything about this view over here. The boots, the hat, and you see those tags over there. See the tags? This is the name of the person they lost. Those 2 tags. This is their number. Okay, let's go in the middle. Welcome to the wall that heals. Okay. Hey Jim, how are you?
Tony, how you doing?
Good, what's going on? Good job, man, good job. I want to see any Corey here.
Huh?
Any Corey?
Any Corey?
Name.
I don't know.
Last name Corey or you are one?
Oh, you?
Anyway, we do the Saturday Night Live in Bellingham for the cancer care.
Right.
Monday is a big day for us to take care of the cancer patient.
Yep.
And I am in the military and aerospace electronics.
Sure.
Benny, we do it in the field and we serve it with a high tech.
Right.
And the Vietnam veteran, they have a special place in my heart because early 70s when I went to school in Michigan, we had friends, we had students, they went and then they came back.
That's right.
And we're going to start in the middle. So this young gentleman here is going to show us, But I just want to talk to you and tell you what a great job you're doing, not only for the founders of the country, thank
Yeah.
you for your service.
It's a lot of help, though. A lot of help with a great committee.
It's amazing. When they came in the center, give you a goosebump.
I tell you, that was like a welcome home we never got.
We never got. We never got.
Never felt like that in 51 years,
I know.
51 years that I've been home.
Yeah.
There's some errors there.
You know, maybe I'm a little bit biased. You know, we call you guys the Vietnam vet, the true veteran. You know, you don't have the technology like today, like you're playing a video game. And you know, I'm very fortunate to work for Raytheon and see all the goodies and stuff like that. But back then you don't have it, and they throw you in a land that you don't know where to go, left or right, straight forward. You don't know who's the enemy, you don't know who's the kids. So, you know, we feel for you guys, and, you know, thank you so much for your service.
Thank you.
When I got out of school,
Okay,
All right, Tony.
now, your buddy here is
Like a tour of the wall?
yeah.
Or a little, I'll do my best.
Okay,
He'll be here till tomorrow. He's got a wealth of information.
I want to nitpick his brain if it's okay.
I will do my best.
Okay, what's your name?
My name's Chris Foley.
Chris Foley. Oh, Foley.
Yeah.
You related to Pat Foley?
I have a son, Pat Foley, but that wouldn't
No, you're too young to have son.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's older
Yeah.
than you think.
I'm 47. I grew up in town here.
Okay.
I just moved back 2
You're
years
still a
ago.
baby. I'm 29. No,
I actually bet your
Ask
son.
him. He knows me. How old I am.
younger
No.
than me.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
And I'm older than dirt, so.
No, come on. You know something? Birthday, it's a date. I don't care. Every year I grow older, I feel
Yeah, it's just
I'm in the
another day.
20s.
He's 2 days older than me.
Really?
March 29th, March 31st.
And I get no respect.
We demand respect now. We want respect. Okay, let's go.
So we'll start in the middle at the apex
Okay.
of the wall.
Now, what's the story in the middle? Everybody told me the middle.
So, because it's where the names start and end.
Oh, I see.
So,
Okay.
this is your. So
Now,
this,
before I interrupt you, this is a replica.
this is a 3/4 scale replica of the wall in DC.
Okay, so now you know it's a 3/4 scale. Okay.
And it is this wall, the wall that heals, is part of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund,
Wow.
which is the organization that through Jan Scruggs, a Vietnam vet, created. You'll get the idea and the movement for the wall in DC. So this
Okay.
is actually
Okay.
part of the wall in DC of the organization.
Okay.
So it's a 3/4 scale replica. The panels are made of a manufactured stone, which I believe is called Avenite.
Yep.
So these panels, the tallest ones weigh over 80 pounds,
Wow.
which is pretty.
Wow.
It's really. I mean, it's solid, right?
Yeah.
Great. Any other questions?
No, no.
before
Go ahead.
chronological?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So this is your west panel, or the U.S. panel. That's the east
East
panel.
panel.
If you look at the
First
east,
one?
at the east
Yeah.
panel, and it says 1959.
Yep.
That is that chronologically is the first casualty, KIA,
Oh.
in America's involvement in Vietnam.
So it showed the first veteran who died in
Correct,
Vietnam.
correct.
And you go by sequence after
Correct. So chronologically,
Yeah.
it goes out,
Yeah.
all the way out to east,
that? Yeah.
and then it picks back up,
Oh, you pick from over there and
Correct.
it's coming back.
and then it ends at
Back
the
here.
apex on the west panel, down
Wow.
below.
Wow.
And
How,
then-
how many people? How many names? are
So
there?
currently, there are 58,276
Wow.
men and 6 women or 8 women are on the wall.
Yeah. Wow.
And and it also includes those who are missing in action, still unaccounted for.
Oh, that's included in this.
Correct. Yeah, and I don't know exactly how many we to date that are still listed as MIA, but it's still a significant number.
Okay, let's go.
One of the things that people don't always know is that the year with the most the highest number of deaths,
Yeah.
American servicemen and women, was 1968.
1968.
There were over 16,000
That year.
Marine soldiers, sailors killed in 1968, and then the other.
How about the 7?
I
1971.
don't know. I don't know the exact number. I can find that out
That's
for
okay.
you.
That's okay.
But 68 was
Was the big one.
the Tet Offensive
Yeah.
and the build up. Actually, my dad was a Marine in Vietnam and lost a number of friends and Marine brothers, and they were all 1968. It was a tough year. But this is a wonderful, wonderful way to bring this to the community.
To the community. This is unbelievable. I can't believe the names, how many names on it.
It is, and if you come at night,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
it's a whole different feel too. It's so solemn and it's illuminated. The lights are always on, but it really
I just want to tell the people, somebody told me, nighttime when they turn the lights on, it's stunning. I mean, it gives you the goosebumps just looking at it.
Yeah.
And I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, we had the quick rain, and we have the rainbow, and the rainbow was from here, just like that, and lightning. And one photographer, he caught the rainbow, he caught the wall, and the lightning.
and that's hard to do.
That's very hard to do, but he caught it here in Bellingham. This is the field for the middle school and the high school.
And it's a perfect location for the wall to be.
Wow. So what else are you going to tell us about it?
Trying to think what if there's any interesting facts that I.
Penny, why don't you just walk all the way and come back to us? Just let
Okay, I will do that.
Walk quick so that people and you can zoom on some of the names.
You were doing something that you all might do. In fact, maybe you'll do it today. It's kind of hot out. I want to try this.
All right.
And what time do they do the?
5 o'clock.
All the whole schedule's in there. Yeah.
Are you coming to them?
Yes, yeah, going every Sunday.
Oh, by the way, Christian, when I was in before, I was doing camp, one offset. It literally says CW. But anyway, do you know anything about
Dan had, no, I don't. I know that my one of my cousins.
Yeah.
We're at 13. What are we looking for?
That's all I got for you. That's all I know. Yes. How to be surprised.
I saw it.
2 ways. There is a book that is
They came to my facility here for like a week and a half because they got a major conflict.
They'll buy weapons from us and make them and do their own thing.
They do their own thing to it, yeah. But like, we were chit-chatting about some stuff here. Can you tell me about your dad?
Yeah. Might get a little emotional.
That's okay.
Yeah, so my dad was enlisted in the Marine Corps in 1966 out of Natick, Mass.
Oh, wow.
Joined with 2 of his good friends. Actually, a lot of guys in his graduating class. I think there were 15 graduates of class 66 that enlisted in the Marine Corps. And so my dad joined with two other guys, one of whom was killed in March of '68. My dad was in Vietnam. He was a machine gunner with Golf Company, 2nd Battalion, 3rd Marines. He was there from July of '67 to February 16th, 1968. So he was there during the Tet Offensive, and he was wounded. He got some shrapnel, Purple Heart recipient, and I was very proud of his service. We used to go to his battalion reunions together.
Wow.
And then he passed away 3 years ago.
Oh,
From the charge.
oh, for my job. Yeah.
And my uncle, who's still alive, his brother was with 1st Battalion, 7th Marines,
Oh, really?
69, 70. So, yeah, I'm pretty lucky to have a couple of.
That's right.
And then,
Oh, yeah. Where
well,
do you live?
I live on Payne Street.
On Payne Street.
Yeah, in Bellingham.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and as soon as I found out that the wall
You
was
know,
coming,
I joke with everybody. They say, Tony, you got an accent. What country you came from? I say Bellingham. I have to do that. Yeah.
because Bellingham, you get half the town with the Rhode Island accent,
Yeah, I
and half the
know.
town with the Boston accent. And actually, a lot of people now that don't have accents because they're from other parts of the country and
Yeah.
other parts of the world. So, it's a great town.
It's a great town. You know, it's,
How many years have you been here for?
well, I bought this property in 1980. In Michigan, I was a professor in Michigan.
Really?
I teach last year electrical engineering.
Whoa.
Matter of fact, we have like 60, 70 ex-students in the area. And one of them live in Bellingham here. It's so funny, yeah. And these kids grew up with my kids. I was a young professor because, I don't know, I'm a hacker, I'm wild, you know. And after, in early 1978, they want to recruit me to come and work for them. First, I say, no, I love teaching, and I enjoy teaching. And back then, you know, it's legal to date your student. No, I'm just kidding. I have to throw this just to make everybody laugh. Yeah.
That's
and,
a good. That's nice.
So I was young and single and wild, but I know my stuff. I'm good at it. So anyway,
So you moved out here from Michigan
I moved from Michigan. Yeah.
to work for Raytheon.
To work, yeah. But what's funny is I went to the airport. I want to fly in February,
Yeah.
and my flight was delayed, canceled because they have the blizzard. So what the heck kind of
78?
blizzard?
Yeah.
And after I call the guards, I say, are they closed? They say, you live in Massachusetts? I say, no, in Detroit. And he said, well, call them next week. I said, what the hell? I'm making a move from Detroit to here. It's cold over there, but you know. So anyway, we end up here.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Yeah. I enjoy what I do. I'm still very active.
Yeah.
You know, like I say, I invented new technology. I'm on my own.
I think
And,
I met your son or one of your sons.
John. John.
He's a few years younger than me. I think.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And actually, he knows one of my good friends. Does he live in Mendon or Hopedale? Or does he live in
No,
Bellingham?
he lived in what do you call it? Not Cranston. What's afterwards?
Oh, Cumberland.
Cumberland. He lived, but see, his wife going to a pharmacy
Okay.
school in Worcester.
Oh,
so
nice.
he moved over there. Next year she's going to graduate. He's moving back to Bellingham. He's a townie.
Yeah. Hey, I came back after about 16 years, and I love being here. It's just home.
I like Bellingham.
Me too. You know, when I was young, when I was 20 years ago, when I was in my 20s, I'm like, I don't want to be Bellingham,
Yeah,
right? Because
I
you're
know.
young, and now it's
Okay.
there's nowhere else I want to be.
Before, you know, one more story.
Actually, I have a question that you should
Yeah,
answer.
shoot.
How many Bellingham residents are on the wall?
So that's a good question. So John Peterson was Army. I believe he was Special Forces.
Yep.
He then he left the Army and went to the CIA and was involved in operations in Laos, training indigenous forces to interdict on the on the Ho Chi Minh Trail, which didn't happen, right?
Yeah.
So if anything happened to you while you were in Laos, you weren't acknowledged, so you weren't listed as.
Yes, I know. I'm surprised. You know,
So-
I just found out
Yep.
a couple days ago.
So if you read our program, there's a page dedicated to John Peterson.
No way.
Yeah, I can. The programs
Yeah,
are in the
I want
volunteer
to-
tent. So we really, as a community, we wanted to make
Yeah.
sure that he's recognized, but he's not on the wall. He's actually on the wall in Langley,
You know
Virginia,
what,
at the CIA
Benny?
headquarters. Which
Benny, go to my lab, get me the electric Dremel, and I'm going to sculpture his name right now. Let me tell you about John Peterson. So when I moved here in 1980, you know, I used to watch the local TV, and they have selectmen meeting, and they want to replace the plaque because it used to be 2 pieces of wood, and they don't want to do it. They say it's a lot of money, and I don't know, it touched me. I don't know who's John Peterson. I know it's a piece of wood with his name. So next to our facility in Raytheon, they have a trophy place. So I walk, I say, I copy everything. I want a nice bronze plaque and I wanted this. And I heard rumors about helicopter. He died with a helicopter. So I put helicopter. So I made that plaque. Now the story is, I don't want
That's
to tell
immigration calling.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's that?
Immigration's calling.
Immigration, yeah, that's the phone ringing. Yeah. So I figured I'm going to put it without anybody knows. And the monument is across the street from my plaza.
Yeah.
So I figured nighttime we don't have the impact gun, the wireless stuff. So we were going to run an extension cord and drill holes and take it and put the new one, and nobody knows. So we kept it hush hush. The day I'm going to do it, somebody said, "You better go talk to the chief police. You're going to fool around with the private property, So I went, I told him, he said, who's that? I said, no. He said, this is Paul Peterson's brother. I said, well, I don't know. It's nice to ask him. So I saw Paul, and they say, I hate to bring old memory. And I show him what I have. He started, he was very emotional. I say, you have to shake my hand. You never mention my name at all. Let's keep it hush hush. So we install it, and people start mumbling who did it. They're talking about this guy. Maybe one, two guys, they say, maybe this is Tony Corey did this. And we kept it hush hush. After maybe 20 years, Paul retired. I was in New Jersey. I'm reading the Milford Daily News, and it showed a picture of the monument, and it say, new monument, old memory, blah, 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 and Paul Peterson blew it. Paul, if you're listening, it's your fault. So anyway, Monday when I saw him, I said, you blew it, Paul. We got the hush hush. He said, come on, be quiet, give me a hug. But John, I learned about John a lot. He was a special person.
Yeah.
And he married the love of his life. And he was, people say he was a CIA, whatever he was. His wife, because she loved John so much, she wanted to continue his mission, and she joined the CIA.
Wow.
She joined. She joined the CIA, and years passed by. Maybe 2 years ago, Paul called me. He said, John's wife. I said, John who? He said, John, my brother. She wrote a book after she retired. It's called The Widow's Spy. The book, and she loved to see you there, and she's gonna sign him in the Cape because they love the Cape. So I went over there and I met her. She said, "Why did you do that?" I said, "I don't know who's John, but I did it from here."
Yeah.
And the story. She has, if you have a chance, go online and find the Widow's
I'm gonna look that
Spy.
up. Yeah.
She continued the mission. She went to Russia. She got caught. She ran away. She went to France. She got caught, ran away. And the rumor is because of her, the German wall got knocked down.
Wow.
Anyway, that's what I know.
I'm gonna have to.
John, maybe one day we'll meet you. Maybe
Someday.
in 200 years. In 200 years, maybe we'll meet him. But thank you for your service. You did the great things to this country. And
Now one
rest
more
in peace.
question.
Okay, shoot.
How do people find a name on the wall?
So there's a couple ways to find the names on the wall here. The easiest way, which is what I like to do, is I just open my phone and I pull up. I go to vvmf.org, which is Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund.org. So VVMF, and you simply pull up the page and search the Wall of Faces, and you type in the name, and it'll give you the panel number, the date of casualty, their hometown, and what branch of service they were in. You can also go into the visitor tent, as you see behind us, and with that enclosed area where the map is, there are two booklets that you can look up names alphabetically, in an actual book,
Right.
and find your person or your people there.
Okay.
Wow. I don't know what else to say. I'm speechless. That's not me, Penny.
Right.
Normally, I
You're
talk
never
a storm,
speechless.
But,
This is it's hard to describe what it's like to be part of this and to honor all these men and women, and it's really special, and I'm grateful to be part of it, and I'm glad that you came down to.
oh, absolutely. Like I'm standing here, and you get that special feeling. I can't describe it, but you got the names of all the 58 and some 100,000 person who died for this country, and they were part of us, and they're not here just to give us our freedom.
That's right. Yep. And they will never be forgotten.
Yep, they will never be forgotten. One time we did the World War II memorial, so I had to speak, and I was talking to the veteran, everybody. I say, you know what? It was a little bit cold. I say, I'm going to go from here home. I'm gonna sleep in bed, nice, hot, warm. My tank is full of oil. And next morning I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna have my breakfast. I'm gonna take a hot shower and go to work. But what about our soldiers in the field? When the last time they ate? When the last time? And you go on and on. That's a fact.
Absolutely.
And here we take it for granted. Big deal. They are in Iraq, Afghanistan, or in Vietnam. We don't know what the heck they're doing, but it's a lot of things.
It is a lot of sacrifice.
And something about the Vietnam. They hurt deeply, and they don't like to talk about it. And I know a lot of them. Sometimes if I open up the story, they become emotional. They cry. They want to talk about it. They see something nobody should ever see this. Anyway, and you in the military too?
I have two regrets. One is I shouldn't have married my ex-wife. The first one is
everybody say the same thing like you. I strongly no. I don't want to get in trouble.
I have it's a typical shoulda, woulda, coulda, but I regret it every day of my life. But when I was younger and I wanted to be a Marine, my dad and my uncle were very proud. Actually, my uncle, right as we speak, is at his battalion reunion in Vegas. It's the first time of Marines. But they said that they did enough for the family. I actually have another uncle who's a Master Chief Petty Officer, retired, and a cousin who is on one of the SEAL teams. I'm not going to say the name, but which one, but he's on a SEAL team. So I'm proud of that, but I regret it every day that they were looking out for me.
You're doing your share with supporting this and helping everybody.
It's the least I can do.
And how long is this wall here?
It's through Sunday. Sunday at 3 o'clock. We 1 p.m. on Sunday is the closing ceremony. 3 o'clock we start taking it down, but until then it's open 24/7 to the public. And there's always going to be somebody here. I'm here almost. I leave to sleep. That's about it. It's just wonderful to be here.
Yeah, I know. Okay, guys.
Anything
Do
else?
me a favor. If you see a veteran, thank him.
Right.
Welcome them home.
Like right behind you. Alrighty. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.